Hi, we're Ariel,
And Michelle,
and
and
we're
we're
the
the
Board
Board
Game
Game Tutors.
Tutors.
Today we're doing our Advanced Concepts video about the endgame scoring for the Abyss board game.
Let's go ahead and get started, all right? So, Michelle and I played a game of Abyss, and as you can see here, my tableau, my personal player area, is over here on the bottom half of the table. Michelle's personal tableau is up there on the upper half. And so, um, basically, as you know from our other videos, you will obviously end the game when one player gets 7 lords, and then all the remaining players get one more turn after that first player got his 7th lord. And we wanted to also touch on briefly one little minor rule that happens at the end of the rule book that we almost passed over. So at the end of the rule book, it says here you get your hand of however many allies that you have currently in your hand at the end of the game. And after all the final turns are done, you look at your hand and you see the lowest number of each of the factions that you have in your hand, factions of allies. So as you can see here, I have a 1 shellfish or crustacean, I have a 1 jellyfish, I have a 1 crab, and I have a 3 jellyfish. So in this game, at the end of the game, you take the lowest value and you affiliate that ally. So at the end of the game, you can get a couple more allies at the end of the game. So in this case, I would take that 1 shellfish and put this into my player area, 1 crab, put it over here, and that 1 jellyfish and put it over here. And this 3, because it is not the lowest jellyfish that I had, would get discarded, and that would not count for endgame scoring. So as you can see here, I got a few more affiliated allies by doing so. And if I had any locations, that would benefit me. If I had more affiliated allies of a particular race, jellyfish, seahorse, etc., then I would get more points from that. But as you'll see in a minute, um, that is not the case for me. So, okay, let's go ahead and for tabulating your score, adding it all together, you'll see here this little score pad comes in the Abyss board game. Uh, we're just going to go over this briefly, just so you know how to use it, because not all the symbols make perfect sense. So here, we write your name here on the top box, and then you can obviously have a 4-player game here if you wanted to. The first thing here, where there's 3 keys, that means locations. So that's all the influence points you get from locations. The next symbol of a trident, that's all the lords that you have. So all the points that you got from lords. The third one, that's a starfish symbol. There are no starfish allies in the game, but what helps me remember what that means is the fact that there are 5 different sea creature factions. So 5 points of the starfish, seahorse, squid, crab, jellyfish, crustacean / shellfish. So yeah, so all the points that you get from affiliated allies, that goes there. And lastly, monster tokens, however many points you got from those, and you add them there. And then here is a fancy Greek sigma, which just means the sum. And obviously, some of you who are engineers or who just work with math regularly know what that means. So that's what you would use to add up your score. All right, so let's go ahead and just add everything up. So one of the simplest things you do, let's start with locations. So for me, I had the barracks. I get 2 points for each of my soldier lords, plus an extra 7 points. So I have 1 soldier lord here. You can tell because he's all red, and he looks all scary and stuff. And we went over in our previous video which lords belong to which guild. So this is a particular guild location. So I have 1 soldier lord over there, and I have another soldier lord over here. So I have 2 soldier lords. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 7 is 11. So, and that's the only location that I had. So that's the only points I get for that. Next, go for lords. So, as you see here, I have a 4, a 5, a 5, 11, 10, 9, and 7. So adding that all up, we did all this math in advance because it's kind of embarrassing when you can't do the math on demand. We got 51 points for lords for me. Next, you go to allies, affiliated allies. So you go over here. So Remember that little rule I told you about all the cards in your hand? That was regarding all the weakest allies that you have in hand. Now, for endgame scoring of affiliated allies, you look and you see what are the highest allies I have. So I have a 4 seahorse, I have a 1 squid, and that's all. I have a 4 crab, which is the highest. I have a 4 squid, not squid, jellyfish, and I have a 3 crustacean. I have 2 copies actually, but you only count 1. So you add all those together, and my allies totaled 16 points. Lastly, I had 3 monster tokens from our game, 3, 3, and 2, so that gave me 8 points. Sorry about that. Okay, so adding all that together, and if you look at my total score, I got 86 points from this particular game of Abyss. So let's go ahead and go to Michelle's side now. So we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to start with locations. So the Abyss, this is another guild location tile. 2 for each guild you have at least 1 lord from, to a maximum of 12. So if you'll remember, there are 6 different guilds. Merchant lords, which Michelle has right there. Go a little bit higher. Mage lords, which Michelle has there. Ambassadors, which Michelle has one of them here. Politician lord, which Michelle has here. And farmer lords over here. The only faction she does not have a representative from is the soldier lords or military lords. So out of a possible 12 points that she could get from this location, she gets 10 because 5 times 2 is 10. Going over here to the Hydrozoa reserves, these give you, this location gives you 2 for each of your mage lords. So like me, Michelle has 2 mage lords. I had 2 soldier lords. She has 1 there and 1 over there. Right there. And so 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 6 is 10. So Michelle got 20 points total for her locations. Next, adding up all of her lords. So she had 9 points there, 9 points there, 3 points here, 5 points here, 6 points here, and 5 points here. So adding all that up together, Michelle got 37 points from her lords. Now going to affiliated allies way over here. Michelle has a 1 crab, 2 jellyfish, a 1 seahorse, and a 3 crustacean / shellfish. So add that up together, and you get 7 points. And lastly, monster tokens. Michelle has 1 monster token, which totals 3. Adding that all up together, Michelle got 67 points for this game. I got 86 points, like I said. So in this case, I would obviously win since I had a higher point total. And also, if for any reason we had a tie, we would look at our little clamshell thingies. I have no pearls at the end of the game. Michelle has, I'm not sure what's in there.
Looks like 4.
4. So obviously, if there was a tie, then Michelle would win because she has more pearls than I do at the end of the game. So that's how scoring goes. Obviously, this isn't representative of all the different possibilities that you could accomplish with different lords, different locations, etc. But this is a good example of the possibilities of what you can do. And if you guys have any more questions, concerns, or clarifications that you want to raise with us, please don't hesitate to contact us. Leave us a comment. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you in the next video.
All right, thanks so much for watching.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye.